Hi, I'm Naomi Wells from Bellarine Catchment Network, and we're here today at Queenscliff in Victoria. I'm filming this video for Summer by the Sea, an initiative of Coast Care Victoria that attracts thousands of people to activities along the coast each January. Coast Care Victoria is part of the Department of Environment, Land, Water and Planning. Victoria has a range of coastal habitats, from mangrove forests, rocky reefs, bay beaches and dune systems like this one. Despite these differences, some plants can be found right across the Victorian coastline. Learning about plants is a really good way to connect to your local environment, find out more about cultural heritage and enjoy being on the coast. Today, I will be showing you how to identify some common coastal plants that you might find along your coastline. But before we begin our adventure, there are some things to consider. First, make sure that you only walk along designated pathways, as we want to reduce as much disturbance as we can. Second, leave only your footprints and take any litter or rubbish home with you. And third, consider your personal safety. You can do this by keeping sun smart, by wearing a hat, a long sleeve top and reef safe sunscreen. Also take into consideration uneven ground and sharp objects or things like insects and snakes. You can avoid these animals and these hazards by wearing enclosed, sturdy shoes. While all plants have common names, they vary from region to region. But one thing that never changes is a scientific name. And that's why in this video, I'll be using both. This plant here is called Bauer spinach, or Tetragonia implexicoma. It's a creeper and a climber, liking to grow on top of existing plants or structures. It has fleshy triangle to diamond-shaped leaves, small, beautiful yellow flowers that give rise to bright red berries. This plant is called Carcala, or Carpobrotus rossi. It's a ground cover, meaning that it tends to grow outwards, not upwards. It has angled, fleshy leaves and is excellent at binding soil and sand. It has beautiful light purple flowers that give rise to fleshy and juicy fruits like this one here. This here is another ground cover called hairy spinifex, or Spinifex cerecis. It's named after the fine white hairs that coat the leaves, and it is a sand-binding pro, using its horizontal runners to stop erosion. Over to my left, we actually have a female version of the plant, and I can tell that because they have those tumbleweed seeds at the top. This plant here is called coast beardheath, or Leucopogon parviflorus. It's named after the beard-like hairs that cover the flower's petals. It has really dense leaves with a pointed tip, as you can see here. And we actually can see some berries forming right here. And in summer, they turn bright white when they're ripe. This shrub here is called Seaberry saltbush, or Rhagodia candoliana. It has semi-succulent leaves that are green to reddish and very distinctive dark red berries that form a dense cluster. They're also highly favoured by birds. This plant here is called sea box, or Alexia Buxofolia. It's a slow-growing shrub with leathery, oval-shaped leaves. It has beautiful white flowers that develop into bright red berries that, like coast beardheath, are favoured by birds. So there you go. We found some amazing and beautiful plants that you might be able to find in your local area. If you would like to protect these plants and their habitats, consider joining a local environment or Friends of group. You can do this by contacting your local Coast Care Victoria facilitator.